Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone, where we are continuing to discuss, provide opinions pursuant to the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, and review documents also pursuant to the First Amendment of the United States Constitution in the case styled as Idaho versus Kohberger. And in our last episode, you will recall that we reviewed a motion that was filed on February 28th, 2023. And now I'd like to review with you the order on that motion, which came rather quickly because it is also dated the 28th of February, 2023. So recall, when we talk about a motion is an application for a court order. So here we see that court order was entered on February 28th. It is entitled Order Temporarily Sealing the Stipulation to Release Property and Related Documents Pending Hearing. And it states here, based upon the motion to seal the stipulation to release property and related documents filed herein, the court does hereby confirm an order. Order appears here in capital letters, and here comes the ruling on that motion, that the stipulation to release property and all related documents, including Exhibits A and B, and this order, so the order is also going to be confidential, as we're going to see here in a minute, are confidential, exempt from disclosure, and are sealed pursuant to Idaho Court Administrative Rule 32G1 for the reasons stated in the said motion and until April 1st, 2023, or further order of the court, whichever occurs first. Now recall that the motion asked that these things be under seal until a hearing happens. So with the court here, and that is Judge Marshall, she was presiding over the case at the time, found that yes, these things will be confidential until April 1st, 2023, or further order of the court, whichever comes first. And that language is usually in orders to basically say, look, here's the ruling until the specific date, April 1st, 2023, or there might be something else that may then overrule or take the place of this order. There may be something that comes earlier than April 1st, 2023, that may unseal something or that may do something different. So we see here, this is for all intents and purposes a temporary order of the court. What was interesting in the motion and in the order on that motion here, where she says she's doing these things, she's making these rulings based on the reasons stated therein, was one of the reasons that was set forth was that if these items were disclosed, that it could then, possibly uncover a confidential informant or deal with something that had to do, it appears, with a confidential informant. At least that's my reading and my opinion of the motion. So here we are. It is now June 7th, 2024, and we have not been privy to any confidential informant. I'm talking about the name of that confidential informant. We're not privy to the prosecution coming out and saying, yes, there was a confidential informant in this case. We've heard, in objections that there appears to be a confidential witness or source. There was certainly a filing that the defense entered on the docket in May of 2024 that really strongly suggested that there was a confidential source, but it's at least not, as of the date of the recording of this episode, been confirmed that a confidential source is who pointed the finger at Mr. Kohberger, leading to his arrest. That has never been confirmed one way or the other by the prosecution who brought the charges against him. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude this episode for today. I hope that you will join us again for our next episode in this continuing series here on the Indie Zone.